Hey class, how are you? How's everyone? Good?
Great, great.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna commence lessons today. Gonna pick up from where we left off yesterday. Just to run through, we basically went through our layout for the second time. I want to do it again today just to make sure that everyone's on the same page. So here we have the browser, which basically helps us get our instruments, effects, sound clips, and then drag them and drop them into the session mode or the production mode or arrangement mode. You can call it whatever. This is the session mode. We're not in session mode yet. We're learning how to arrange tracks. So we are on arrangement mode. And right at the bottom is basically where you get in-depth detail of the clip that you've selected. Also, the effects that you're going to add on later on is going to be appearing on the bottom section over here. So what we did was we selected a track and we learned how to warp or grid. I'm going to play the track. So while you guys were doing your homework, I kind of like warp this as well at 118 BPM. So let's play it with the metronome. Everyone sent their assignments. It was very good, except for a few who had a couple of questions, which we are going to work on right now. Dano asked me, why does it feel like it's a bit like off over here? But she did it right. As long as you're counting your bars, your beats, it's quite precise. So Dano, this is for your question. So you see this part over here. So that feels a bit off because the drummer basically has a swing. It's kind of like, let's think about if you're DJing and if you've got a consistent beat which says which goes like a 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. So that's like a kick drum. But at one point, just before a break, the drummer would perhaps, instead of going 1 2 3 4, he'd go 1 da 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 da. So you see, he'll go off. It's called swing. So drummers tend to do this thing back in the day with funk and soul a lot. With EDM, it doesn't happen as much. There's no offbeats. That is why when I make songs and I add swing, or if I do a little bit of offbeat, like in one of those tracks that I made and I sent, John said it feels like it's offbeat because you guys are not used to that. It takes time to get used to pulse, rhythm and pulse. Instead of always listening to a constant kick drum or a snare that follows the kick drum. This comes with experience. So like, let's say, for example, if you got the pulse of a song going on with a kick drum, like a ding, 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 ding. And at one point, the kick drum stops, but there's a certain melody going on, which is the piano. Now with my experience, I can still continue the kick drum in my head because I'll be following that same pulse. But for you guys, it takes a little bit of time. It takes more time to understand the whole concept of breaks and beats. It's two different things, so breaks is actually what paved path to hip-hop music, and that's why people think that hip-hop is so complicated, because hip-hop was made out of breaks. So in every song there was parts which was just a break. In funk soul tracks back then, the break would be where the drummer goes crazy. Instead of like doom tam doom tam, the break would be a part where the drummer goes doom tam 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 tam. You get it? So hip hop DJs took that part, the break, which was not just a consistent beat, and he took that and made hip hop. They looped those parts and made hip hop music. And that's why until today, hip hop beats are pretty complicated. I mean, the newer hip hop ones, which is more trap, is consistent. But then, like if you look at like the Notorious B.I.G., NWA, Wu-Tang, their beats are very complex because it's not consistent. It's not like just kick after snare, kick after snare. So over here we have a break. So this is a break point. But if you listen to it on a metronome, you'll still just have to follow the pulse of the song, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Yeah. So Dano, you did it right. I know that the video that you sent, it feels off, but what you did was right. So as long as you follow the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 back to 1, you're okay. So as long as the metronome after 8 clicks is back at 1, so listen to this again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Cool. So everyone else got it right, quite good. And I'm actually quite surprised because some of you even did the classic thing and some of you did it perfectly. I was like, wow. Okay, you guys are geniuses, man. It's really good. Proud of this class. Okay, so that's basically the general theory of warping, the general understanding of warping. So I want you guys to ask me some questions or some challenges that you faced while you were trying to complete your assignment. Speak up and let me know so I can help you now.
Yeah, I had like a little bit of a issue zooming in and zooming out because to see the waveform to make sure, you know, it's just that control of I was using a mouse, so it helped. But I noticed when I zoomed using a mouse, it was easier to navigate compared to the compared using a trackpad.
Okay, so this is personal preference. I prefer using the trackpad because I've got used to it. I've been using the trackpad for a few years now. So if I use a mouse, I find it a bit tough. But for you guys, if you guys are starting off, because again, like I said, it's just getting used to the interface. So if you are going to start using the mouse, you will have to use it forever because once you get used to it, you'll need it all the time. But let's say I never got used to the mouse because if I'm taking my laptop and I'm on a flight traveling to some place, and then I basically need to work on my computer, then without the mouse I'll feel off. So I just got used to the trackpad. Cool. Dano?
Okay, I actually have, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I actually have two issues. Okay, first thing first is I tried to analyze the track on Recordbox because yesterday I forgot to read your message, so I didn't realize this track was 118. So when I go to the Recordbox, I did the tapping thing that you taught us yesterday, and then it brought me to 59. I think it's also because I counted like, when the starting of things, I counted like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. So I tap it at the downbeat, and then it brought me to 59. Then I closed the Recordbox, I came back here, I put 59, and everything was like a lot slower, and I don't know what happened. It took me a while to figure out like I should just stick it back to 118. That's one thing. That's the Recordbox tapping. That's one question.
A simple thing. A simple. How much is 59 multiplied by 2?
I tried that, and then the speed went a bit
59
off.
multiplied by 2 is 118.
Oh, is it? Oh my god. Okay, sorry.
Do you understand what happened? You were tapping at half the speed.
Okay.
So. Against. You get it.
Okay.
So if you 59 multiplied by 2 is 118. So it's very possible that you were just tapping at half the speed.
Okay.
And that is why the computer realized and gave you that sum. Instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you're going 1, 2, 3. You see?
So when I come back to Ableton, I just need to press that times 2 speed.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then you can just make it a 118 instead of 59. Now you kind of like get it, yeah?
Yes.
Is anyone else?
Okay. I have another question.
Yeah.
So the part that I showed you yesterday, where I got confused with the swing part, there at some point in time when I click on the marker, the orange marker, like I enable some of the orange marker, and then they kind of went faster.
Okay.
But when I took out the orange marker, the whole track sounds haywire already. So is there a way to fix it, or I should just close the whole damn thing and restart again?
See, your start point and your end point basically will always change depending on where you leave your markers at the beginning, at the center. So like, let me show you something. Yeah. So like, let's go to the beginning over here. Now, if you listen to this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I'm gonna take this 8. Now, what happens if I move this? Let's say I remove these markers here. You see, it automatically keeps on changing. And then this, if I just move it there, you get it? But within your first marker to your 8th marker, whatever you do within this area will automatically change. You see, the rest of the track doesn't change, but this point will always change because it depends on where you place your marker. So like, let's say if this was what it automatically graded, because you see when you like load the track in, and if it warped wrongly, it would have been something like this. Get it? So yeah, that's a painstaking job. You have to again go one by one and make sure your downbeats start from 1 and then continue all the way. That's why you always, yeah, it's advisable to go from 1 instead of just going 2 sides and then in the middle you get messed up again. So just always go from 1 and then follow through all the way till the end.
Okay. No questions. Thank you.
Okay. Kev, all right?
Yep, got a question.
Yes, tell me, John.
So yesterday, remember I showed you the video for my Stevie Wonders one, right?
Yeah.
I graded it properly, but then when I play with the metronome, it's actually, the metronome is like faster by a bit.
Yeah, I'll tell you what you did, okay? So what John did was, John's gridding was perfect, but his alignment on the session, on the arrangement view was off. So this is what John did. Let me show you what John did. So John basically went, let me hide my dog. So this is what you did, John. You see over here, you didn't put it at the downbeat. It was like that. So you get what I mean? So you see over here at the arrangement view, you didn't start at the downbeat. You see the downbeat has to be at 1. Then it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. But your downbeat was at half of 1. It was just between 1 and 2. So get it?
Okay, I get it. Yeah. Okay.
That's what was happening with yours. But at least you were grading it perfectly. So you see, when, let's say when I grade it over here, the grade is perfect, yeah? But on your arrangement, if you move it off, it won't be on metronome. Like, let's say, get it? So you have to make sure on your arrangement mode, you're always at downbeat number 1 as well. Cool?
Cool.
Kyra, okay? Pin, okay? Kyra, is she here or is she gone? Okay, everyone okay, I guess. So now what we're doing, Echo, you okay? Yeah, Echo.
Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Sorry, Mas, I got one other problem that I was facing. When I was marking the song, like in between the track, when I clicked the playback button, it always went back to the beginning. So like, does this mean that if I would like to warp the middle of the song, like how do I enable the playback to play from that section?
Okay, you see when you hover your click, now see, all right, so I'm going to zoom out, okay? Now when you play, it always plays from the beginning, yeah? Because you are on, you're actually within the clip. The clip selection tool basically helps you work around that clip. Now, when you play, it'll always go to your arrangement views, cue point, where you set it. So that's a bit messy. I do understand what you mean, but that is why we've got this little tool, which is called preview. So if you hover your mouse just right above those markers, you'll see a little speaker. a speaker sign. And when you click on it, it plays from there. Get it? So if I want to play from here, click on it, it plays from there. So stop. You see, I don't play from the beginning. Yeah, let's say I'm going to play from here, this area. So I'm going to go. Cool. It's like a little tiny speaker symbol, so that it helps you preview that track from there instead of going all the way to the beginning. Cool.
Cool.
All right, good. Good questions. Anyone else want to ask me anything? Okay. So we're going to learn something else today, which is basically, now we've learned how to split a track. And what was the shortcut, Dano?
Command E.
Okay, good. Command C is copy, Command V is paste, Command X is cut. Now something that I will teach you today is Command D. Command D is basically duplicate. So if you don't want to cut, copy, paste, you just split it, select the part, and then duplicate it. Let's say we want this part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm just going to go here, Command E. I'm going to highlight that section by moving my cursor to the colored area, and then click Command D. Now that same proportion is going to repeat after that 8 beats. Command D is a shortcut to copy, paste. But instead of copy and then paste, it just duplicates it. It moves 8 beats forward. So like, for example, let's take it with the part where there's a vocal. I'm just going to do it again. So isn't she lovely? Yeah. So lovely. Okay, so she's going lovely. Now if I want to get lovely, lovely twice, because after that he says, after lovely he says, isn't she? So if I want to repeat lovely, those words twice, I'm going to go Command E, and I'm going to copy that. And I'm not pressing Command C and Command V. I've highlighted that section, then I'm just going to click Command D. It automatically takes that proportion and pastes it exactly after the selected area. So let's play it again. Get it? So instead of saying, isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Now he said, isn't she lovely? Isn't she lovely? It's just duplicated that proportion that we've selected. Shortcuts are very important later on because it makes your workflow really fast. Now duplicating will help you in the long run if you're working with a lot of like samples, especially when we are going into kicks, snares, hi-hats, separate things. So if you got like a 8 bar, you can just Command D, and then it pastes everything, or else you gotta select, highlight, and then copy, then move it to that grid and then duplicate it, copy paste. So duplicate is actually one shortcut that's quite useful as well. So we got Command E, which is split, Command C, Command V, Command X, and Command D. All right. Now with this track, we're pretty much okay. I wanted to work on this track, but I feel like that beat is a bit complicated. We're going to use a simpler track. And at the end of the month, what I want you guys to do is actually make your own rendition of the Beethoven track that I sent you. Okay, because you need to make your own remix. It could be an EDM remix, it could be a trap remix, it could be like a rock or hip hop, whatever. But we're going to learn how to add in elements and do this. So today, let's start with something else. I'm just going to save this session. Today's assignment is actually doing everything that we've learned within the past 2 days and creating an extended version or extended remix of a track. Okay. Someone give me a track. Let's see everyone name a track, any track. I'll select one. Jazzy?
Genre?
Any genre. Let's work on something.
Wonderful Tonight.
Okay, Eric Clapton. Jazzy?
Yummy.
Justin Bieber. Okay. Habibi Dano.
Sunday morning,
Sunday Morning by?
Maroon 5.
Oh, Marine Phone. Okay, all right. I like that one. Okay. Sunday morning, rain is falling. John.
Good things for all, but Millennium.
Ah, okay. Gabe.
I just recently heard Milkshake, so yeah.
Milkshake.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for this
That's
assignment, I think.
astronomy,
What about Echo? Kyra? You can type if you guys like any track.
I think maybe Get Away by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, I like that track. Love it. I hope I have it though. Okay. So for this purpose, let's use something which is a little bit simple. Let me see if I have Red Hot Chili Peppers. If not, we go for Sunday Morning because those two tracks are a little bit much easier. I have Give It Away by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Okay, let's go with Sunday Morning. Let's see if we have Sunday Morning. Don't have any of that song. Jazzy, what was your song?
Yummy, Justin Bieber.
Okay. Well, apparently this meeting is going to end in 10 minutes, so we'll have to re-log in, yeah? Because it's the free version, so. You see they have a remaining time on the meeting now. Okay, Yummy. Let's do Yummy. Guys, I'm going to switch off. I'm going to exit the meeting and I want you guys to come back because I don't want to be looking at the time and get distracted. Okay, so everyone add in. We're just going to come back. We're going to probably do a.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Stop share.